sit your ass in jail, nigga. You finna be looking stupid as hell sitting down. What type of weirdo unalive a little girl and make a bunch of weird ass songs with sample? Like, bro, y'all be thinking this shit, oh my god, it's a sacrifice, oh, it's so deep. Lustful ass, weird spirited ass people.
He should have stopped having supporters and followers after the whole memorial display at his concerts.
David's parents have come out and stated that their son is 100% innocent. Go and lock them up too.
Y'all need to charge the parents too, because what do you mean that your daughter was missing this whole time and y'all weren't doing posters, all that, this?
The math, not math, and I'm starting to believe the mother knew exactly where her daughter was the entire time.
This is another story when parents don't want to work and they think that their daughter on her back got them the fame and the money that the family deserves because they will never have to work again.
This whole David situation is truly disgusting. And I can't help to ask myself, as a species, how do we keep making the wrong people famous? What the fuck? Prior to maybe 2 months ago, I had never heard of David. I'm pretty sure I probably heard some of his music, but that's neither here nor there. If you're unfamiliar with David, you're probably asking yourself, who the fuck is David? Because I was the same way, not gonna lie. But I did some digging, so you don't have to. Just relax. David is an American singer-songwriter who rose to fame quickly through social media, with TikTok being one of the main platforms. He originally made Fortnite montage videos and needed music that wouldn't get copyrighted, so he started making his own music in his own room, and eventually, I guess that music resonated with Gen Zers and Alphas. Those songs went viral, essentially turning him into a breakout Gen Z artist around 2022. I checked out some of his songs and I don't really get it. I mean, kids today love deep, dark, depressing sounding music, probably because most of them are on downers. But I do want to highlight that one of his most popular songs is called Romantic Homicide, which in this case reflects his mindset. So somewhere after his rise of fame, David became romantically involved with a young girl. And when I say young, I mean young. Reports saying that this girl was under the age of 14. As of right now, there's no clear proof of how long David was involved with this underage girl. But anyway, long story short, Celeste Hernandez, who had reportedly run away from home several times, with this time being one of those cases, was allegedly lured to David's home on April 23rd, 2025. This will be the last time she would be seen alive. Celeste's body was found September 8th, 2025, just a day after her birthday, in the trunk of a Tesla registered to David.
On April 23rd, 2025, as been alleged by the complaint, Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time, went to Mr. Burke's house in the Hollywood Hills. She was never heard from again. On September 8th, 2025, as alleged in the complaint, Miss Celeste remains, her dismembered and decomposed remains were found in 2 bags inside of a front trunk of a car registered to Mr. Burke.
This is just pure evil, bro. So this demon of a person was not only having a sexual relationship with a minor, but prosecutors alleged that he took her life in connections to keeping that from being exposed. This is sad, bro. According to the affidavit, Celeste was a witness to a crime. That crime being lascivious sexual acts with a minor, which also makes her a victim of that same crime. This sounds like she was threatening to go to the authorities or tell someone about what was going on, and David or someone he got involved brutally unalives this girl in hopes to preserve his music career. There are some stupid people in this world, okay?
So what you have as well with these charges is that, again, there are 3 sets of charges that have been brought. The first-degree murder with special circumstances, and again, those special circumstances are lying in wait. That Celeste went to Mr. Burke's home on the night of April 23rd, 2025, as alleged in the complaint, at his invitation, and again, was not heard from again. The second is a special circumstance being that this murder was committed for financial gain. As the evidence will show in court, The financial gain was for Mr. Burke to maintain his very lucrative musical career that Celeste was threatening on that particular night. The third charge, in addition to lying in wait and for financial gain, is murdering a witness to an investigation. In this particular case, as the evidence will come out in court, the witness to the investigation was Celeste. And the investigation was into the lewd and lascivious sexual acts committed by Mr. Burke that is the subject of count 2 of this complaint with Celeste while she was under 14 years old.
Now, according to information online, Celeste started to run away from home around early 2024, which, if we're being honest, is probably around the time she started her relationship with David. But I've heard people claim that she had been involved with him as early as 11 years old. It's crazy. So basically, he got into a child's ear, manipulated her, she got consumed by the fame and fortune, and tragically lost her life. Throw the book at this nigga. Now I see people asking, where was her parents? And honestly, that's a fair question, because where the fuck was her parents? Many of us, like myself, would rule with an iron fist if it means protecting our children from predators. And when I say that, I don't just mean being physical, but if I have to pull out my belt, just know, okay? I always hear people saying, you can't tell people how to raise their kids. Yes, you can. The government do all the time, and guess what? Those people fall in line. This young girl hadn't even made it to her rebellious teen stage. She was hardly a teen at her death. Her parents 100% failed her. The idea of grown people sitting around allowing this stuff to happen is just beyond me, bruh. Someone must have heard something. You telling me nobody thought to ask, who is this random 12, 13-year-old walking around the house?
David Cameraman admitted that he knew that Sylvester was underage, and he admitted to everything on here, making it seem like it wasn't a big deal. And I'm gonna show the clip at the end, but whole time y'all knew this man was messing with this 14-year-old and y'all didn't say anything. The parents was behind it because they sold her, and whole time I feel like he's gonna get away with it because of the fact the sacrifice is just done. Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully our justice system does their big one. But how did the teacher know? How did the parents know and not do anything? But yet they knew that she was so-called kidnapped, but didn't even make no type of phone call when they seen her on live and being with this man? Therefore, she was never kidnapped. She was sold. And I'm about to show y'all the clip, but whole time I feel like this man needs to be prosecuted as well, right along with David and everybody else that knows, including them parents. Because how are y'all okay with this going on, knowing damn sure well she was underage? Yeah, it's because money was involved.
Yeah, I feel bad for Celeste. Wonder what you knew about that. You were working with David. You were his cameraman when that happened. You didn't say nothing. Yes. No, you're messed up. You didn't say nothing when David was going down with that.
He likes what he likes. David likes what he...
This whole situation just turns my stomach, and all the adults involved need to be charged with something. Anyone trying to spin this as her parents being the victims, just stop it, okay? The only victim here is the little girl that everybody failed to protect. This is one of those R. Kelly situations turned tragic. At some point, they got to start making an example out of these parents too.
Regarding Celeste Riva Hernandez's mother, I see a lot of people reporting that the mother didn't give a fuck. It's time to blame the mom. Putting all the blame on the mom. How can you have a 13-year-old daughter and not give a fuck about where she was? First of all, there was a whole missing persons report out for Celeste, so that means the mother did reach out to police. A lot of people reporting on the mother are non-Hispanic people, and what you guys need to understand that in Hispanic culture, the older generations, they wanted to have boys over girls, because what do boys do? They eventually turn into men that go to work and provide and take care of families. So when moms do have girls, the girls are being raised and trained to become housewives, basically, because the poverty level is so high that it's like if you can find a man that's gonna marry you and take care of you financially, age is just not a factor for some people. It's like for us in this day and age, it's like, oh my gosh, she was 13 years old. How dare how dare the mother not say anything, or how, like, let me tell you something. In Hispanic culture, it's normal for a 26, 27-year-old man to marry or date a 16, 15-year-old girl. Especially if the man is well off, works, takes care of whatever. That's normal. So the mom probably didn't think, like, my daughter's gonna end up dead in the back of this man's car, especially the way David was obsessed with Celeste. I would really love to learn what really happened. I want to know what really happened. Like, was it a jealous rage? Did he find out that she was talking to other men or boys? Was it an overdose and he just didn't know what to do? Did he really lend his car to somebody that I don't know, maybe, I don't know, but
This is just a stupid brain dead take. You saying Hispanic people prefer boys over girls to use as monetary gain or sell their daughters to the highest bidders doesn't help the parents' case. Culture matters, sure, but only to a certain extent. When you decide to go to another country, you play by their laws. And if you break one, you don't get to say, I sold my daughter, it's a part of my culture. I'm not saying this is what happened, but those who want to understand what I'm saying, they get it. I'm not here to please everybody. So you can't use whatever poverty rate from whatever country you initially came from to justify you selling your children. Crooked American people do the same thing. It has nothing to do with culture. It's called selling your children for money. And it's illegal and immoral. So pack your bags and schedule yourself a one-way ticket out of the solar system today. Okay? As of now, David is in custody and being charged with first-degree murder, lewd and lascivious sexual acts with a minor, and mutilation of a human body. If you believe in those type of things, this dude is the devil, okay? He is a demon. This is evil as evil can be. He's facing the death penalty and life without parole, and honestly, I hope he gets the worst one. Straight like that. I have no sympathy for pedos, rapists, and people who manipulate others into sexual acts. And the fact that he took her life, bro, it just boils my blood, bro. Like, really. This is... I don't really have much to end with this time. This one right here truly boils my blood. It's sick and it's twisted. I just hope that we can learn something as a society. Not everyone deserves fame and fortune. Be wary of those you put in positions of power because not everybody uses it for good. There's a quote out there that says, power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Maybe the little power he gained brought forth his deepest, darkest demons. Or maybe he was already corrupt from the start. Who knows? That's just my perspective. That's why it's important to be vigilant, use discernment, and believe people when they tell you who they are. And this time, as a society, we failed. But hopefully the justice system don't. Always remember to protect your family by any means, and I'll catch you on the next one.